I'm going to go ahead and address the workability and disadvantages that were presented by my opponents here. Yes, there is an exemption. There's lots of exemptions with Prop 37. My opponents claim there to be up to 2/3 of all foods. And there are weird exemptions as well, such as dog foods being required to be labeled if they are genetically modified and humans not, or how soy milk has to be labeled to be genetically modified, yet milk from cows that have or haven't been genetically modified won't have to. Now, Prop 37 is a step towards honest food nations. It's not the guarantee of it, state. So if these exemptions do exist, isn't it at least worth its while to take a step towards being honest in some way? Yes, it may not be the most perfect proposition, but it is a step towards a food honest nation. My opponents also talk about how soybeans and corn have become more productive and a load of other GMO products which have become more nutritious or more adaptable to today's techniques of farming and for the amount of people that we need to feed. Well, we're not saying that GMOs are entirely unhealthy. Yes, there are some GMOs that are healthy. For example, a seedless grape is absolutely not effective to your health in any bad way. And of course, any raw GMOs will not be affecting your system as bad as the previous claims I said would. But the processed foods is what would damage us, and that is what is addressed in Prop 37. Aside from this, my opponents also claim that the costs of regulating the labeling of GMOs would harm farmers, food companies, families, and harm the economy. Well, according to the official voter's guide, the fiscal impact can be anywhere from 100,000 to over 1 million. California has over 10 million voters. If this were to pass, some claims even say up to 3 million at a maximum of regulating this measure. That would still mean that every single taxpayer would have to pay $0.33 of a dollar throughout the entire year. That's definitely not a fiscally impacting or economically harming measure to any farmers, food companies, or families. Now, my opponents also claim that there is no such thing as food segregation in our current food system, but she mentioned earlier how organic foods obviously segregate themselves with their labeling and allergens as well. Organics have pride in their food because they are healthy and have healthy benefits. Allergens are required, and so that argument is not valid. Aside from that, we can go back all the way to the Progressive era when Upton Sinclair released The Jungle Book, where he presents factual and statistical information about the poor quality of meats that were being produced at that time. If we can see back then that humans cared about what was in their foods, why can't we see that now we are the same about our foods? That is all.